Hi again, Nicolas.
Hello.
I mean, it's becoming a channel, just talking about the product, which we believe that it actually helps a lot, so it's worth it, no? Today, we just want to talk about the path, how it has been. Obviously, we're going to talk about product again, but generally speaking, this video is more for if you're thinking about starting a startup, just to start it, no? I mean, we're not right now billionaires or millionaires, but we are getting there, trying to get there. So maybe it helps someone. Plus, we're gonna show you how cool courses are inside SceneSnap. So there's the learning experience, and there's what you can learn from the learning experience. So you learn how to learn. You learn what you're doing. You learn your weakness, your strengths of these things. So maybe Luca can share how we met each other or something like that. Should we go that far?
Okay. So we met each other in a course. It was the Leadership and Innovation course here at Politecnico di Milano. And the first impression that I had of this guy was, come on, he's very stupid. Because he played like video games and stuff, and I say no. I mean, we were in group together. They put us, so it's made by the professor or his assistant, and I was like, no, I don't want this guy in my group, and now history is history. So.
Yeah, no, I also had a bad impression, to be honest. I saw, but it was a bad impression with something good. Because we were, paired together,
Mm-hmm.
and I also thought we were like not the brightest mind. I said, okay, perfect. I can push my ideas, and at least I will not have to confront and fight about everything. But history has shown a different story. We fight about everything, which it's actually good, we have different perspectives, and sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes he's wrong, and I think we help each other looking at our weak spots, not necessarily just as personal development or professional development, but about product, about strategy, about marketing. It's different perspectives. We come from different disciplines, and that's actually helping us to figure things out in a better way, not necessarily faster. I mean, we're not lovable.
No. But better for sure.
Yeah. I mean, bro, I know it's too soon to tell, but I think from their usage on June, usage has dropped 40%. I mean, of course, the biggest constraint that they have is to actually build apps, not just MVPs, right? So yeah, for MVPs, super helpful, and for companies that require a lot of prototyping, I mean, it's certainly helpful. But 40% decrease from June to now. Crazy.
But I've seen that the amount of annual revenue has increased. So
interesting.
They had this falling down in usage, but the numbers of revenue increased. So there are less users, but more paying one. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, those are good metrics, no? I mean, more revenue, it's more revenue.
Yes. So, I think that the AI is in this sort of bubble. That doesn't mean that, like blockchain, let's say, it doesn't make sense for the people, but there is this huge investment. There are lots of startups, and they are doing sort of bullshit. Not everyone, but some of them. Also the investment in companies, as the report of the MIT said, that they are investing, but the return is more or less zero. So
yeah,
I mean, I think that what we are doing and what AI startup can do is to do something that actually help people, not just for the sake of say, okay, we are doing something with AI. And with this mentality, you are building something that people will use also in the future. I mean, if you have user now, and it's not just because you are in a bubble or like in a huge spike because you went viral, you will keep your users. Like, I think that Lovable has this huge spike because everybody was saying, okay, well, I can make apps and software
of course,
without knowing how to code. But now people are really watching and say, okay, I cannot build apps. I just can build MVP because they are full of problems. I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to code. If you use cursor to something, sometimes build something that doesn't make sense. So, I mean, it's seeing the stuff as they really are. I mean, we are not in a bubble, but they were. So
I actually think it's. I mean, you talked about the AI bubble. I don't think it's a bubble. It's just a big opportunity, and big opportunities attract a lot of money. And
yes.
you know, there's gonna be a lot of failures, but that doesn't imply that it's a bubble. It's just that the upside of it, it's so big that, of course, everybody's building there to try to generate value.
Yes, I think that the bubble means that they are investing lots of money there with a huge amount. So
but
it's like being super fast, keep a super good acceleration in this field. So this is a bubble, and that maybe lots of investment doesn't bring a real progress, but it's part of the game.
It is. Getting back to SceneSnap. So, you know, we did that main class, then we started working together. I discovered we were not that stupid after all, you know. No, I mean, we had complementary ideas from the very beginning, and we achieved collective outcomes that were actually super good. You know, for example, we're in a group project of 8 people in the master degree, and you know, Luca and I were pushing everybody else. That was super cool. I mean, actually, SceneSnap was born in that class, out of that class project. What we wanted to do before, it's more related to entertainment. You know, probably someone already built that and is selling it. I'm quite sure of it. You know, essentially synthesizing long-form content. I mean, not 20 minutes, but 3 hours, 2 hours, a movie, a TV series, and just essentially allowing the users to select the specific parts they want to see based on 2 things: the interest and the desired duration. So you are watching Avengers and you want to see the scenes from Captain America in maximum 15 minutes. Boom, automatically condensed for you. That was the idea. I mean, maybe it's working for someone, but you know, it's not that we won, but we did the best project. We actually tried to sell that to the company that asked the project. Didn't work out.
No.
I mean, it's not that it didn't work out, it's just that the market was too tiny, no?
See, I mean, they said to us that they buy a ready-made product, and we didn't have a ready-made product. So we had to make and then hopefully selling. And we say to us, okay, let's try to do something that is more immediate and we can do in this meantime. And we say, okay, what is the most boring video that we are looking every day? It's the video lecture. So let's try to do this, not for the TV program, but for the video lecture. And we did it, let's say. And then we expanded in all the direction of the ed tech because we were in that sector. So we had notes, we had flashcard, we added mind map, we added
Yeah, different elements. I think our choices. I mean, it's not so long ago. It's less than a year ago now. But our choices of including certain features was based on competition. No, so in our point of view back then, we thought, okay, so if we are gonna compete, I mean, right now we are not trying to compete, but back then, yes, we need to have not the same, but there's a concept called points of disparity. So the basics, you need to have the basics in order to be able to offer then something. And so the basics were those. I mean, of course, we took it to another level. For example, I remember how you created notes, essentially from your girlfriend feedback.
Exactly.
And you were iterating, because Lucas' girlfriend's super big nerd. Right.
I mean, she's very good in the university stuff, in studying, passing the exam, and she told me, okay, these notes are shit because they are too short. It doesn't give to me the all information. So I say, okay, let's try to find a way to make it longer and in depth. And I mean, it was actually a good choice because we received an email, I think 1 week ago, saying, okay, your solution provide me the best notes that I can have from a video lecture. So, very on point. And yes, I mean, we build the notes based on that feedback. We build the flashcard based on a feedback of another our friend that say, okay, I want the flashcard. Why you are not providing me the flashcard? And we made it also because of, I mean, parity feature. So try to build a platform that had the feature that maybe other platform has had.
See, and it's interesting because we ended up with a full ecosystem that caters to different ways of learning, so learning styles. So and that was our thesis for some time. Also, if we're able to provide a platform with the ability to cater to different learning styles, we can reach more people, right? And in this sense, I mean, it happened. We started to reach more people. People actually engage differently, right? There were no patterns, and from that, the only thing that we wanted to understand is if it was worth it. No, before we actually thought of something unique. And then I remember, I mean, we're already working on a version of the repeater. It was way more sexy, but, sexy and learning doesn't work out the best because, optimizing for learning is understanding certain things that need to be there in order to learning to happen, right? And maybe we can do something sexier in the future, but I think that first AI tutor that we implemented wasn't like.
See, I mean, the idea was to have a real tutor that was with you and explain you with visual, audiovisual elements, like mix of TikTok videos that explain to you. And the idea was that, okay, you have learned something, you have to learn this 100 pages document, and this tutor explained to you in this audiovisual and cool way, and then it makes you quizzes, and then you can go to the next topic. So the first iteration we made it without a plan that now we have. So I mean, the answer was like the ChatGPT answer. So just like one page. So it was very, very short, very, very summary. And we found this way to change slide while the repeater was speaking. And these slides was like shit because they were just text with images picked from online, but they weren't checked. So like you were talking about something, the image was about something else. It was very difficult to check. And we added this possibility to generate the videos with animations. That was very cool But the point was that the generation time was very, very long. But also this doesn't matter, was the accuracy of the video. Because if you have to learn something, you want to be sure that what you are learning is right. So with this animation, maybe a parabola was not a real parabola. An ellipse, or how we say, is not a real ellipse, but it's a circle. So it's wrong, and you don't want something wrong. And now with this iteration that doesn't speak, I mean, in the video, yes, but generally doesn't speak, doesn't show images, and doesn't show this super beautiful animation that actually were super beautiful. But the point is that now it's true what is said. I mean, maybe there can be some LLM hallucination, but in the majority is very, very true and very, very well done. So it actually allows you to learn. The previous iteration was sexy, because you say, oh, this is speaking, this is changing slides, but was not good for learn. So we had not this high usage, but the concept was cool, and we translate in something that actually work now, and maybe in the future we are.
So to simplify, I think I just thought about it. To simplify, it was a way to create interactive video. So it was video essentially, but that you could interact with it. Complex. Why don't we tell about our first launch? If you guys pretend to try to create a startup, you're gonna have to launch. Apart from all the YC videos and all the stuff that you can see on YouTube and read and whatever, that's pretty much like the starting point that triggers the iteration process that is gonna get you to the place that you want to get, eventually. So what we did for marketing, it was totally bullshit. You have to be embarrassed. We were embarrassed. First of all, the UX was not bad, but the product didn't work, right? It didn't work, right? It didn't work. But also, the strategy to take it to some users didn't work either. It's not like we could say to our parents, okay, we made an app to learn. No, it's not the best use case for them. And the list of friends was limited on my side. So what essentially we did was, all the available emails that I had from classmates of the master degree, push the app. This is gonna make it better. 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 10 signups, in 1 week, something like that. Maybe less than 10 signups in 1 week. It was horrendous.
We were super happy, by the way. We had 10, 20.
Yeah, of course, yes. Yeah, I remember, so in your graduation, we had 87. No, some weeks after we did that first launch, 87 signups, and we were like, oh shit, we're growing. So it was super fun back then. But yeah, that was the first time. Then, again, in today's landscape distribution, it's probably what matters the most. And you have to be omnipresent, right? So we have to be in as many channels as we can. So, after that first launch, obviously we made a couple of things on Product Hunt. Every time we have something new, it's worth it. You don't get users, but you get some sort of internal validation at least. And yeah, if your product's not so bad, or the launch inside Product Hunt is not so bad, you can see your app right there on the top now. So that's cool. It's not that it happened to us, but that's cool. You can plan mini launches to show the iterations, again, through emails, through videos. Right now in our space, growth, organic growth, mainly comes from TikTok. But I think Luca already said that there's a bunch of luck involved there. What we're actually trying to do right now is master the hooks, but not only in the short form content, but also in the long form, and in our messaging. You know, I think for a long time we were making a mistake of being too clever, like just saying complicated crap that obviously for us was understandable, but for everybody else it's just like, what are you talking about? And that doesn't help. It has to be as simple as we can.
That's true.
Yeah.
We have learned that we have to go to our users and our customers the clear value proposition. Like, we are solving this problem, and actually we are solving the problem of interaction and engagement of the content. That is a big problem now. But how, I mean, you have to say this and to your customer how you can improve your life with this. I mean, if it's a student like us, I mean, it's clear. You can, I mean, let's say save time, if you want to say like that, or learn better. Because, I mean, you don't have to take your notes because it's something that is, I mean, long, and you can concentrate on understanding. That is something that actually helps. If you are a company and you want to use SceneSnap, you can use all the content that nobody watches or read, and you can transform. So you can actually learn from those content. So, I mean, it's something better. If you are a university, you can have more engaged students. That is actually something that they want. So, I mean, you have to give your clear value proposition, and it has to be very, very clear. So we are solving this. And if you are a company, you will get this amount of money with our solution, like, let's say, because it's about this for companies. So yes, that's pretty much.
So being clever, but you know, we're dragging on that. Of course, we're still trying to figure out everything. I think this is a continuous process. You know, you just don't have one idea. Like, that's bullshit. Ideas are bullshit. It's just a matter of validation, and once it's validated, you know, push, do more of what it works. If nothing is working, obviously try something different. If that something different doesn't work, just do something different till you find someone that works. But right now, I think we're leveraging data. So finally we have data. So to better understand what is happening, where to optimize, what to cut. But still, a lot of the decisions that we make are, gut feelings, I think.
Sì.
Like 50-50.
I mean, yes, because you can find data. Data are telling you something, but if the data are not too much, maybe you have not a clear picture. And also, I would add that if you just rely on data, you are, let's say, stopping innovating. I mean, if I have a new idea and I just focus on data, you are not innovating. The good part is that, I mean, with data you can understand the problem of the user, you can understand something more, so you can have better ideas. So this is cool. But you have still to, I mean, find new stuff, find new ideas, and...
all the time, and just not about product. Now, right now, we're actually recruiting for a marketing position. So, you know, more content, because content, you know, is a way to build trust, like right now. I mean, if someone is watching the video, of course, right? If
someone is watching.
If it's just going to a library, I mean, that's also cool. You know, because we're documenting
our history.
Exactly. So tomorrow, even if we fail, we can show
to our kids.
Exactly. Yeah. Look how
we failed.
We were. Yeah. Of course. No, but I think it's super cool. I think we are solving a super complex problem. I mean, you try to simplify it, but at the end of the day, we're talking about education, and our target market are indeed universities from the B2B perspective, but also we facilitate access to the consumers. But like we actually think that in building this future of education, we need to include as many stakeholders as we can. So it's not simple; it's actually complex, and I guess in every industry you just have to have a lot of connections, isn't it? Yeah, that sucks. There's a lot of politics. Also, I mean, you cannot neglect that. There's people that hold grudges, and because of that, you can close some doors, you can open others, but still, if you have those things in mind, it could help. But nothing like getting burned to know that the fire does damage. I mean, I'm learning. Learning by experience. So yeah, I mean, we could probably talk hours about this crap. Yeah, but
I think it's good, no?
To see, we can live there. I mean, if it's cool, if we see that you engage, we're gonna do more, of course.
Yes.
If you don't engage, we're gonna do more, anyways. So see you later.
Bye.